Hey, Rocky Peak, it's great to be coming to you again. Man, what a crazy season we're in right now. Things are changing so fast. I feel like I keep saying on it, and every time I say it, then something changes faster than last time. You can see I'm coming to you from my office. I'm working on a message today, but the reason I'm coming is just because we just heard from the president a couple hours ago. I don't know if you caught it, but he made a new announcement about some new social distancing suggestions that they're coming to us from himself, from the CDC, asking all Americans to comply with. And one of those is that we would limit our gatherings to 10 people or less over the next 15 days, just to help stop the advance of this coronavirus. And so, of course, we want to support the president in that and support the CDC and be part of the solution, not part of the problem. So we want to honor that. But, of course, that throws a wrench into our final week of life groups. If you were with us last week, I shared with you that the plan was this week for us to finish strong, to finish the winter session, and then take a couple weeks off and see where this whole thing went. But with this request right now, we're going to have to make some alterations. So here's several options that you have. The first option is the obvious one, that you could just decide not to meet this week. But we don't really like that option because this is an awesome time just to reconnect and to look back over this journey we've been taking as a church, where God has taken us, what we've learned about serving sacrificially. And so that is an option. You can choose that option. But what we suggest is one of these other suggestions. First of all, if your group is smaller, it might be that only 10 people can come this week anyway. And if so, then you go ahead and meet. Share the lesson, share what you've learned, worship together, discuss this last week's message, take communion together. It'll be a beautiful time of fellowship as we wrap up this session together. Other groups may be larger, and that may be impossible to meet as under 10, but like in my group, we'll probably split into 2 different locations this week, so that at least we can be together and connect and continue growing. For some of you, that may not be an option, and so maybe you just connect in groups of maybe triads or groups of 4. Maybe it's not even on the same night, but just this week, schedule a time to get together and just share your lives, have some worship, some prayer, talk about what you're learning through the series, and wrap it up that way. But whatever you do, remember what Jesus said. He said that where 2 or 3 are gathered, He's there. And He's the most important one in any room where we're meeting. And so I just want to encourage you that during this time, we need one another. And I just encourage you to continue connecting however makes the most sense for your situation. Now, one thing I want to say is that leaders, for life group leaders and hosts, I encourage you to take some strong leadership. Put your heads together, make a decision about what you're going to do, and then communicate it clearly so everyone in your group knows right away what's happening this week. Then, in terms of the spring session, our spring session is scheduled to kick off in just a few weeks of life groups, and we want to keep moving forward with that. So one of the things that we'd ask is that if you're currently in a life group, normally we give you that option of switching groups when we change sessions. But what we'd ask this time, just because we're trying to get as many people in groups as possible, is that you would stay in the group that you're currently a member of, just to make it as easy as possible to get new people involved. If you're not currently in a group, just know we're working hard to create groups for you, especially in this time of crisis. Now, we're not sure if we'll be able to meet in person physically at that time or whether we'll have to meet digitally, but I want you to know that as a team, we're working hard here, exploring different options for online conferencing, things like Zoom, FaceTime, different things like this. What would be the best option for us to support so we can connect during this time where we can't meet together physically? So anyway, one of the things I want to encourage you, I think I mentioned this weekend, is that during this time of crisis, it's very likely we'll be coming to you more often than normal. And it's already bearing out. This is day 2 since the weekend, and it's already my second video. We've got another one planned tomorrow. And so I just want to encourage you, if you haven't done so yet, to follow us on our social media, Instagram or Facebook. And then, of course, plan to join us this weekend as we go online with our services. We do church at home. We'll be live streaming at 5:30 on Saturday. We'll be rebroadcasting at 9 and 11 on Sunday. So gather some friends, gather some people, keep it under 10, but connect together so we can continue growing during this time of tremendous challenge. And may the Lord be with you. May He be strengthening you, guide you every day as we listen and follow together as we go through this challenging season. God bless.